These long dog days of summer, I mean, we just made it through a heat wave. Mama was parched through this heat wave. I was hitting up Dunkin' every single day, and I will continue to probably for the rest of my days, but especially this summer. Dunkin' is helping everyone stay cool this summer with its lineup of refreshers. These drinks are packed with bold, fruity flavors and served ice cold. It's amazing. Dunkin' refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick me up. I like to start my morning with them personally, and then sometimes I go back for a second one because I'm just feeling crazy. They come in a variety of delicious flavors, including fan favorites mango pineapple and strawberry dragon fruit. And then for a limited time, there's black cherry and there's pink pineapple. I'm going to tell you something right now, and it's a bold claim, let me tell you, but I stand behind it. Pink pineapple will change your life. It is so good. It has me feeling like I'm sitting in a pool, resort side, just living, honey. It's so yummy. Try your favorite flavor with green tea, sparkling water, lemonade, or Dunkin's all-new limeade. I haven't tried the limeade yet, but I'm going to. Usually I get my drinks made with green tea and occasionally lemonade, but I do really like the green tea. Or if you don't want to build your own, try one of Dunkin's curated refreshers like the Cherry Lime Ricky or the Ultimate Pink Daydream. The Cherry Lime Ricky, scrumptious. I could drink like 3 of these a day. They're so freaking yummy. Head to Dunkin' today and find your favorite refresher. Dunkin' refreshers contain less than 1% fruit juice. Limited time offer. Chilling crime cases are mysterious, but finding coverage shouldn't be. With the State Farm Personal Price Plan, you have options and can personalize your plan to help create an affordable price so you can get back to cracking all of life's bigger cases. Talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can choose to bundle and save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Head to statefarm.com to get a quote. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
1 second, you're enjoying your day off. The next, your phone buzzes. A window's been broken at home. You're miles away. In 1 second, everything can change. That's why ADT's professionally installed security systems monitor your home 24/7. They're backed by the most company-operated monitoring centers in the industry, so you're always supported during an emergency. When every second counts, count on ADT. Visit ADT.com to learn more.
Hey, weirdos. I'm Alaina.
And I'm Ash.
And this is Morbid.
Yes.
This is going to be like not a mini Morbid, maybe a full-length Morbid.
A whole ass Morbid.
I feel like
it's
going to be. Yeah.
It's about to be a whole ass Morbid.
It is. Yeah, you're right. It's going to be a whole ass Morbid.
Say it again.
Because we have a lot to say.
So much to say about this long ass movie title.
Today we are going to do what we promised you guys we would do. We are going to talk about extremely wicked, shockingly evil, and vile.
Which I have nicknamed Ew.
Ew. So we're going to talk about Ew. And we're basically going to just go into what we liked about it, what we didn't like about it.
Would we recommend it?
Talk about what they got right, what they got wrong. And then at the end of the episode, we're going to give you our final thoughts about it. We're not going to tell you right away.
Together we share a thought.
We do. We pretty much share the
Two
same
brains created, I almost just said combusted. Two brains combusted. Two brains created one thought.
It's true.
Y'all, it's been a long week.
But you know what? There's a lot to cover in this.
So much.
This, Ted Bundy is my case.
You like Ted Bundy?
I do.
I didn't know that.
I do.
Just kidding.
Don't like him as a human.
Yeah, sorry.
But I like the case. And I know this case inside and out. So let me just preface this by saying I went into this movie fully open-minded. Like I went in there and I was like, I hope this is great. Mm-hmm. I mean, was it? Not really.
No.
But but it wasn't terrible.
It would have been great if it was not based on a true story.
Yeah,
That's when it
exactly.
would have been a great movie.
A lot of moments in this movie, the way they did it, would have been great in some slasher flick or horror movie or like
Yep.
thriller.
Where they belonged.
Yeah, and honestly, there was parts where I was like, "Wow, that gave me chills," but like, don't want it in this movie.
I didn't get chills
Want it
during
in
this
another
movie
movie.
once.
I got it at one part, and I'll say when that comes up. But
And I know what you're talking about, but I didn't get it there.
I got it.
We'll get there when we get there.
So I think we all know that the movie is based on Ted Bundy's longtime girlfriend during the murders, Liz. She wrote the book The Phantom Prince, My Life with Ted Bundy, under the pen name Liz Kendall. The book is out of print. You can go on Amazon and buy it for $2,000.
Shut the fuck up. Are you kidding me?
Well, I don't think anybody's going to.
It's $2,000?
Yeah, it's out of print.
What does that mean?
It went out of print in like 89.
What does that mean?
I mean,
They're not printing it anymore?
good job.
That was self-explanatory.
I was like, I
but
don't
like
really
no
know.
one has it laying around?
Well, people do, I'm sure, but like you can't take people's copies.
But you found it on Amazon for $2,000.
I found it on Amazon for $2,000, and I was like, am I that dedicated to the podcast? I'm sorry, guys, no.
I want to know who in their right mind would buy that book for
I don't
I'm
think anybody.
shook. Can we just have a separate podcast about that?
Well, the good news is somebody uploaded the PDF.
$2,000?
Somebody uploaded the PDF, so I got the PDF.
You're trying to get me past this, and it's not going
I
to
am,
work.
because we're gonna move past this. But I got the PDF. I got the PDF and read it in like one morning
Because she's psychotic.
because it's fascinating in a very like odd way, and it's pretty short.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
Is
pretty
it
short.
actually, or is it you?
No, it's pretty short. It's like a quick read. When you know the case, you know what's coming, so it's like you can kind of like speed read through it. You're just getting her point of view.
Yeah, and
which
you
is
can probably skip over some stuff.
yeah, and it's really interesting to see her side of things. I mean, it's a good look into someone who was as close to Ted Bundy as probably most anybody has been in
humanly
his whole
possible.
life. Like it's really odd to because they were together for like over 5 years, 5-6 years.
It's a long ass time.
Together for like on and off.
Right,
They had
right,
a
right.
very, I know you didn't get that from the movie, but they had a very tumultuous relationship.
You mean she wasn't blindsided?
No,
Weird, because it seemed like she was.
it definitely did. Now, what's weird to me in the book that they didn't show in the movie, and and it's like they showed it in the movie, but I didn't get it from the movie. I got it more from the book when I read it.
What is it?
How weird it was to hear her saying things about like giving him a hug after he was convicted in January 1975 of the aggravated kidnapping when he tried to kidnap and murder Carol Durant, which we'll get into that too.
Casual.
She says in the book, quote, Ted's attorney asked that Ted be allowed some time with his family. We entered the judge's chamber where Ted was frisked and his hands were cuffed behind his back. I put my arms around him and told him I was sorry. He was drenched in sweat and stiff with tension. I kissed him on the cheek and whispered, I love you. I hated myself for what I had done to him.
Whoa. Why didn't they put that as a scene?
Yeah, because and you know why they didn't do it first as a scene? Because in the book, at that point, she had already called the police on him and said, I think my boyfriend might be the guy. In the movie, she didn't do that.
I know, that was like a weird part too. I
Yeah.
feel like the whole thing was like leading up to her admitting that she was the one that did it.
Yeah.
Or that called in like his name. But I
Yep.
was like, why was that like the main point of
Instead of showing this slow buildup of her
realizing
going
it?
deep. I mean, her whole memoir is this like spiral that she's going through of being like, things are not adding up. I'm finding weird things.
Like, yeah.
Calling the police, talking to detectives. I mean, she was talking to friends. She talked to her best friend. I think they called her Joanna in the movie. Or Joanne, I can't remember. But
didn't
she
know that
talked
character
to her
had a name.
about it. Like, she told her fears, and her friend was like, you need to call the police.
Yeah.
Like, that's weird.
Right.
So it's like they didn't go into any of that.
Barely at all.
And with a title like Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile, which, like, we all know that comes from what the judge said to him at the end. someone who didn't know where that quote comes from or a lot about Bundy's case would be like, yeah, where?
Right, because
You know,
it's
like,
so true. It just was not like he seemed like the boy next door in the movie,
He
but
really
like the
did.
whole time.
I saw very little. I didn't want to see, you know, I didn't need to see like a ton of like
The murders
gruesome
or
shit or
anything.
anything like that. But I needed to see a little bit of something, just
Right.
anything to show me what a monster this guy was.
Because he wasn't a monster at all in the movie.
Yeah, and it's like, I understand that this was from Liz's point of view. Like, we all understand that. I went in there knowing that. I know we're not going to get exactly what I know in my head. We're going to get
Right.
a different point of view here, because that's what Joe Berenger really wanted to do with this. But, so it was intended to show, like, how easy it was to believe that he wasn't a monster, and how he tricked women, even during the trial, to, like, root for him and to dress up like his victims in the, I mean, which they didn't go into that enough, too.
Yeah, I
kinda
feel like
just
they didn't go into that at all, really.
skimmed over that. But it backfires. And it backfires hard because it doesn't come off like we are Liz trusting him the whole time, which she didn't, like we said, and we will
Yeah.
get more into that. Instead, it comes off as a way to, like, humanizing and romanticize portrayal of a brutal demon who committed some of the worst atrocities we've seen in a serial killer. And he was a necrophile.
Yeah, that wasn't even touched upon at all.
Never touched
Like it
upon.
was not. It was
No.
not a part of the movie. At
Not
all.
a part. And I understand you don't, I mean, again, you don't need to show me he's a necrophile.
No,
I don't
but
need to see
it.
it.
Could have been mentioned,
But you
and
should
have.
Yeah, because Zac Efron was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, he was really good.
With what they gave him, he was phenomenal. And I think if he was given darker shit to work with, he would have knocked that thing so far out of the park. Mm-hmm. Because he had it. He was doing it already. So if they gave him
He
the
had
darker
his like
stuff,
mannerisms and stuff like that.
yeah,
and he looks so much like him.
he really does. And there was a point where when he grows the beard,
Yeah.
and he's practicing jumping off his butt. He practiced when he was jumping off of one of the like top bunks in his cell.
You're like, hold up.
For a flash, I was like, "Whoa!"
Is that a quick vid of Ted?
Like it literally looked, and when he's talking to the reporters in the hallway, and he's like doing that laugh and with the beard, I was like, "Oh my god!"
And when they recreated the scene when he's in that brown turtleneck,
oh my god,
that
yeah.
was like, holy shit!
It was insane. We also never see that Ted had utter contempt and hatred for women.
weird.
One of the biggest, facets of Ted Bundy's personality and psyche is that he had a contempt for women. Mm-hmm. And especially women who he deemed to be higher than he was.
Right.
And it's like, and it came from him being illegitimate, from his mom lying to him, like all this crazy, like, mommy psych issues and all that good
He
stuff.
was a bitch to his mom in that scene in the cell.
He was.
I was
such a
like,
bitch.
boy.
I was like, dude, she's a little upset. But they never touched upon that. And that's like one of the biggest facets of his personality.
Right.
Instead of showing that he had this awful contempt for women that he tried to hide all the time, they showed him as this like romanticized fucking like Nicholas Sparks character.
Literally.
And it's like, nope.
Did Nicholas Sparks direct this movie?
Seriously. It's never even suggested. And honestly, it's hard to believe that it's even a part of his psyche while you're watching it. And it's like in the movie, you can't even picture him losing it on Liz.
Well, because he doesn't.
Because he never does. And it's like, he gets like wound up and he gets stressed and like Zac Efron did
but
a
it's
really
not
good
really
job with
toward
that.
Liz.
Yeah, it's never really directed at Liz. When in Liz's book, she says, quote, "I can count on 2 fingers the times Ted threatened me or was the least bit violent towards me.
I was like,
Yet I feel I have lived through a violent time." It's like, you
Well, you
have,
did.
Liz. You have. Another time, she and her daughter stopped by his room and saw that he had all this expensive shit that he had clearly stolen because he was a kleptomaniac. That's another thing they never
touched on at all.
He stole shit all the time. And she always confronted him about it. Throughout the whole book, she's confronting him about it. So when she saw that he had this whole room full of like a new TV, a new stereo, all this stuff, she said that she saw this and was like, he definitely stole all this. He can't afford it.
Right.
And she blurted out, quote, "You're nothing but a thief." And he responded by grabbing her arm and saying, quote, "If you ever tell anyone about this, I'll break your fucking neck."
That's a red flag, Elizabeth.
Like, did you see that in the film?
No.
Would you have thought that Zac Efron's character was capable of that in the film?
I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Zac Efron's character wasn't capable of that in the
No,
film. I was rooting
he
for
wasn't.
Zac Efron in
In
the film.
That's the thing. And again, like we say, we're not asking to see gruesome, awful, violent murders and assaults to get the point across. That's not what we need.
But even just in the relationship, like it could
Yeah.
have been depicted that he was sometimes violent toward her.
And abusive. He was dismissive. He was unfaithful multiple times that she caught him. He was very disrespectful to her. He talked down to her. He was constantly telling her like she was a child and she needed to grow up.
I hate that.
I mean,
would
he was-
slap him silly.
He was they had time, like she describes times where everything was wonderful, and
It must have been if she stuck around for that long.
And it seems like they did have great times and it seems like he was.
There's always good times, Liz.
In general, it seems like he was good to her daughter.
Yeah.
So it's like that they played out very truthfully, and they could have kept all that stuff in.
Totally.
Sure.
It just needed some additions.
Yeah, like show him as this great boyfriend
But then show that he has two sides to him because he does.
Exactly.
That's who he was as a person.
They needed to show some of the darker moments.
Right.
They needed to. And it would have been so much more impactful if you got like glimpses of those darker moments.
Well, because the whole movie, it's like you don't see any of that. So you're like, wait a second. It makes you root for him.
It does.
Like, I had a better way of explaining it in my head.
You forget what the end game is here.
And it's not Ted. Like that, I'm sorry, that's not Ted.
No. That was who he wanted people to see him
Right.
as. It wasn't, and they should have shown that.
And
that
in
was a
order to
mask.
grasp like his actual personality, I just don't understand why they didn't show both sides of him.
Yeah, that's what bothers me. And it's like everyone was terrified that this film would like glamorize Bundy. Remember that whole
And
thing
it
that
did.
came out? And I was a staunch arguer against this kind of thing because I believe stories like this need to be told.
They do.
I am
correctly.
fully into that. But unfortunately, it's like the people behind this film were out to make me look like an asshole because it 100% it glorified Bundy. It turned him into a Nicholas Sparks character.
All right, I have
Flawed.
to ask. What do you think that the title of the movie would have been if Nicholas Sparks directed it?
Oh, damn.
Because I have one, but I want to hear yours first.
Oh, shit. Okay, hold. I think Ted in the Fireplace.
Mine is just the summer my boyfriend became a murderer. Because I feel like that's about the effort that Nicholas Sparks would put into it.
100%. To the point.
That time my boyfriend was Ted Bundy. No, that's it. That's my final answer.
yeah.
That time Ted Bundy was my boyfriend. That's the movie.
That's the movie.
Thank you and good night.
That is it. I think we nailed it. And honestly, I mean, unfortunately, this wasn't a Nicholas Sparks movie. It is a real fucking case. Mm-hmm. Guys, it's like if this wasn't...
Guys?
If this wasn't real, this would all be hilarious. So we could be like, Nicholas Sparks, they turned this guy into like Summerman. It's not funny, though.
Not funny.
We laughing, but it's not funny. And there were times where I, who know this case backwards and forwards, thought to myself, now I know Ted Bundy did it. Mm-hmm. But I am 100% convinced that Zac Efron is being railroaded for these crimes right now.
I was rooting for Zac Efron. I dead ass was.
I literally, like halfway through, I was like, guys, Zac Efron didn't do it.
I was like, we need to get him a good lawyer.
The
That's
police,
right, Zach. Fire the lawyer.
Like the police are framing Zac Efron.
They were.
But in the other part of my brain, I was like, but I know Ted. I know
Ben Tundy did it. Ben Tundy, I know you did this shit.
I know Ben Tundy did it.
Ben
I know
Tundy did
it.
do it.
And it was like, but it's true because now I'm seeing a lot of like people online who don't know this case well are now being like, guys, I don't know if Ted Bundy did it. And
Wait,
it's
for
like,
real though?
No, for real. I've
All right,
seen
well, they need to
people on
Google some
Twitter.
facts and not just go off of
But
this
that's
movie.
the thing. They're portraying this like this is this true case. And it's
Yeah,
like,
that's
but you're
frustrating.
not giving the real shit. In fact, Like, one of the things, like, yes, I mean, this is obviously my opinion. He was handsome.
I disagree.
A lot of people do.
Thank you.
That's fine.
I think
he
Zac
was-
Efron is a hunk.
He was charismatic.
I agree.
That
I feel like
everybody-
you can't
yeah,
disagree
everybody
with
has
that.
to
You're
agree
stupid
with that.
if you disagree with that.
And he
Just
could
kidding.
definitely hold his shit together in front of the camera for the most part. But there were times where he cracked on film in real life, like when they were filming him in the courtroom. That should have been utilized here. If they were going for subtlety, which they obviously were.
I
they
literally
didn't do
think
it.
the only one that was depicted in the movie was when he was shaking his finger at the judge.
And the judge was like, don't
And
shake your finger at me, young man.
It wasn't as intense as it was in real life.
Yeah, it wasn't as
like that
impactful.
scene wasn't.
No. And there's another moment that is like one of the moments that I remember the most out of this whole case. And it's when the guards, it's during that same trial when he's, the guards are leading him out of the courtroom. He's carrying a box of files.
I
He's
can
dressed
see this
as a
picture.
lawyer and, he's his like, sassy self walking out of there being like, we'll get him tomorrow, guys.
So
Like just
fucking
being a dick.
stupid.
And when one of the guards grabs his arm just to walk him out, but like kind of just like really grabs his
I know
arm,
exactly what you're going to say.
he violently and aggressively tried to rip it back, and he gives that guard a look.
Like, I'm going to savagely murder you.
It still gives me shivers, that look, because it went from this like, hey, I'm a lawyer, we'll get him tomorrow, to like, don't touch me. Like,
The
it was
two
this,
faces of Ted Bundy.
and it is the moment for me in real life that I looked at, and I still look at, and I said, there it is. That's the Bundy that these poor women saw.
Right, exactly.
And
When he
that's
switches.
when you see that one clip, it is lit, and I'll try to find it if I can and post it on the Instagram, because that's what they needed to show. It's like, that's the face and that's the monster that these poor women saw before they were killed.
Because
And
I
it's
can't
like,
think of one time in the movie where he snaps.
No.
At all.
or where he just shows like
A glimmer.
because that was that moment. It went from the Ted he was putting
Like
on for the whole
charismatic
time
Ted.
to this quick little moment where he just lost control of it, and then he snapped it back again. It's like, that's all you needed to be like, it could have been such an effective tool for this film, and they ignored it. And that bummed me out. And then literally like no time is spent on the victims in this film.
Yeah, that was frustrating.
And it's actually something that while you were watching it, you were kind of like forgetting about.
Can we talk about how pissed I was at the way that they depicted Carol Durange?
Yes, please.
Because I was really angry.
They made her look like this sniveling, like
Like
I mean,
little-
obviously she was scared in real life what she went through, but it's
They
like,
made her look like an idiot in the movie.
they did. They just didn't like. They didn't even mention what a badass she was for surviving what she did and getting out of there.
Right, like not at all.
Like, they tell you what happened, but nobody's sitting there. Like, they should have spent a minute to be like, this fucking like Wonder Woman over here fought her way out of his clutches. You know what I mean? Like, they
well, and I
should have.
don't even think it said anything about the fact that she did.
Yeah, I
it,
think-
it
I
just
mean-
was like she was kidnapped and like got away. That's
They
it.
gave like a very generalized overview. It was very glazed over. Now, here's both of our biggest issue with the film. It's that Liz is pretty convinced that he's innocent the entire time during this movie.
Fun fact: in real life, she was not.
Not at all. In the movie, she's barely questioning anything that happens around Ted. But in real life, and in her memoir, Liz found a shit ton of weird stuff that pointed to him being the killer.
She literally found crutches and plaster.
Liz literally, she spoke to police several times about these things that she found. She even handed over a book of his canceled checks as evidence to them.
Oh my God. Like, why did they not put... If they had... Like, I have, like, a scene in my mind that, like, I created that would have been so good, and I know that I'm not a director, but, like, imagine if she's just, like, cleaning up the house, and then she opens something, opens the closet to, like, put something away, and, like, on the top shelf, she sees that, and she's like, what the fuck?
And then she just flips through it. And
And
then
it plays, like, some weird-ass
Well,
music.
the way it happened is even scarier. She had her landlord let her into his house once, where she went rummaging through his stuff because she was convinced she would find something.
And she did.
And she found these canceled checks, and she got so scared that he was going to come in that she said she just grabbed one of the books of canceled checks and left.
Oh my God.
But she said she also found a film canister that was heavily duct taped. And she said she almost took it, but she was scared he would figure out that she was in there. Like she was like, I still don't know what was in that film canister.
Oh my God.
Why didn't they put that in the film?
Did they find the film canister ever?
I don't think so.
Fook.
But either way, that scene of her in there, like, scared that he's going to come in.
Right.
Rummaging through all of his stuff, finding those, like, grabbing them. That would have been a great scene to see.
That would have been amazing.
But we didn't see it.
Well, because she was so convinced that he was innocent.
In the memoir, you're kind of like I was way more couldn't put it down, the memoir, than I was the movie. The movie, I got bored.
Oh, the movie toward the end, I literally was like, when is this over?
But the memoir, I was like, oh shit, what's going to happen next? Like, I was literally like, oh my God, I know this case, but I don't know what she found.
Right.
So it was like hearing her point of view and her being like, and then I thought this and I was putting together this.
Like, that's riveting.
It was like a fucking, like, old-timey detective novel. I was like,
page turner.
What's happening next? And she had a super tough time with this for months and months and months and months and months. And she would cooperate with the police, like call them, say something, and then she would kind of pull back a little
off.
Because he would charm her back in. Mm-hmm. Then he would go off and do something, so she would all of a sudden start thinking about it again. And they could have done that, and it would have been so effective to see how he wasn't this perfect boyfriend that was there all the time.
Right.
She had doubts. She had a lot of doubts. One of the victims recalled being hit with a crutch and that he was using crutches.
Yep.
And she said she found crutches in a room in his house and he had not broken his leg.
And she was like, why you got crutches?
She reached under the seat of his car once when she was getting into it, and there was a hatchet under his car seat.
Can you imagine you get into your boyfriend's car and there's a damn hatchet?
Nope.
I'd be like, I am super busy for the rest of ever.
Yeah. And when she asked him, she literally goes, what's this for, Ted? Like, literally, which I was like, badass. I would have been like,
I'd be like, don't kill me with this, Ted.
He said something like, I use it to help my landlord or my parents or something like that chop wood or something like that.
I'd be like, interesting that you've never mentioned that before.
Like, he came up with a very, like, normal excuse that you could
explain away.
That was the problem. It's like, throughout the whole book, Liz is sitting there going, all his excuses could make sense sometimes.
Right.
So she was being like, am I crazy? Am I being this crazy person?
Right.
Or is he telling the truth? And that would have been so good to have in the movie. She also found the plaster of Paris in a drawer.
Crazy.
And when she asked him about it, she was like, hey, why do you have plaster, like medical grade plaster of Paris?
Yeah.
He was like, oh, I stole it. He goes, I don't know why, but I stole it from when he was working in like a medical supply place.
I'd be like, that makes no sense, Ted. Explain
well,
further.
She was like, weird. And he was like, well, you just never know when you're going to break your leg, right? And she said they both like laughed about it. We're like, ah, ha, ha, ha.
I'd be like, really funny that you're a kleptomaniac.
But later she brought that up to a police officer and was like, you said that somebody had a cast? Like, that would make a cast.
Girl.
And at one point, she saw him, like caught him stealing a crowbar from her house, and he used a crowbar in a couple of the murders.
That's so fucked up.
Now, Joe Beringer, the director, said that this was because he didn't use any of that because he wanted to shock the audience in the end when Liz finally finds out what he did. He said
but no one is shocked. Like, we all know what happened.
Exactly. He said he wanted to make the audience, like, reel back and disgust, like, Liz, because they had been lulled into this sense that he was this decent guy, at least in his relationship with Liz. He said if he had shown Liz finding some weird or fucked up shit in the beginning half of the film, that we wouldn't be as disgusted in the end. He was, like, worried.
We still would have.
He said, quote, I want each audience member to have that conflicted feeling, like, oh my God, I'm rooting for this guy. And then to have the experience by the film's end of being conflicted and disgusted by the idea that they actually liked the guy. It's the experience of everyone who is gaslit by Ted Bundy.
I guess I can see that he did do that with the movie.
For sure, he did. But the thing is, we know he's disgusting and awful already. So, like, we know that. We didn't need to be lulled with untruths.
Like, that would have been great if it was a different movie, not about Ted Bundy.
Yeah. And he didn't lull us all with facts.
Right.
That's my problem.
He took a little too much artistic license,
You took some liberties here, and you skipped over a lot of things.
Right.
And it's like...
for convenience.
So you falsely lulled us.
Don't lull me.
You took away all the dark moments that were there. that still lulled people.
Right.
I'm going to use the word lulled a lot, and I keep tripping over it, but
Lol.
you could have lulled us with that.
You're cold.
Called a love because he tricked people with that.
Right.
So it's like you could have just gone with the facts.
I see what he wanted to do. I just
do too.
don't agree with the fact that he did it like that.
No. It's like we would have been disgusted regardless.
And the movie is called Shockingly Evil, Vile, Wicked, Gross, Ew. It's like, why didn't you just make it Shockingly Wicked, Gross, Ew, Vile the whole time?
Exactly.
Ew.
And while I hated the idea of negating all the clues that Liz found, one thing I did like was I liked that dog barking at him.
I loved that. I loved it. I loved it. I
Like,
loved it.
Growling at him.
Loved it.
And Berenger said that was his way of saying he was a bad guy without having Liz find a severed head or something.
Right.
I love that. But I think they could have also played true to the real events with that too, and that still would have been as effective.
Yes.
Because I would have been like, keep that in there for sure. Because you want to be like, oh, even animals know he's a fucking monster.
Right. But you also need like a few little, even if he didn't use all of the things, like I'm not saying he had to use every single thing that she found. That would be overkill.
Yeah.
But just like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Exactly. 2 or 3 events that happened.
Give me a little montage of her finding things, and that's fine.
Like, other than, like, literally, I feel like he took the fact that they met and the fact that she found out. And then everything else in between, I was like, it was not hunky-dory.
No.
Why are you acting like it was?
And they made it seem like it was this perfect relationship.
Right. Like, ideal.
Yeah. And that
I was like, shit, Liz. When she was crying in the shower, I was like, I'm crying in the shower
like,
with you right now. Like, damn.
I'm with you.
Like, I'm crying for you.
Yeah. I wanted them to explore the doubts that Liz was living with.
Right.
Because this, again, was supposed to be about her. They keep claiming this was about her. But it wasn't.
No.
And it's like, if it was about her, then they would have spent time on the hell that she was going through in her own inner
Psyche.
sanctum there. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because she was dealing with this massive pile of evidence that were piling up around her. And it wasn't even touched.
It just, you know.
So she just looks totally blind to the entire thing when she wasn't. She was smart. I mean, she was being naive in a way when it comes to him because she was blinded by love for him, which is true. Yeah. That happens to a lot of people. I mean, we can all attest to that. But she wasn't dumb.
No.
She was putting these things together, and I feel like it just made her seem a little
dumb.
Too naive.
I'm just kidding.
A little dumb. Another thing there was, again, because
getting scared is one thing. Getting a thrill is, well, you want more of those in your life. The Genesis GV70 is built to thrill, baby. A thrilling yet elegant design always makes driving the GV70 an exciting adventure. Its powerful athletic stance screams performance and turns heads. Everybody's looking at you, girl. Or boy, or whoever. Command the road and experience a class-leading standard 300 horsepower. Oh my God. Plus, discover the different dynamic drive modes for all different terrains. Choose between the different terrain modes for whatever road conditions you may encounter. The Genesis GV70's award-winning technology and performance lets you drive with comfort and drive with confidence all at the same time. It's an exciting SUV with intuitive tech that can make your ride smooth even when the road isn't. And its blind spot cameras allow you to see what's next to you. It's like having eyes on the side of your head. That's pretty iconic. Its performance, by the way, is measured not only in power, but in how it makes you feel confident, sexy. The Genesis GV70. Learn more at genesis.com and feel the GV70. Every good detective needs a partner to support them on important cases. Think of a State Farm agent like your sidekick, there to help you along the way in your search for coverage. State Farm can help you choose the coverage you need, whether it's for your home, car, boat, or even RV. With so many options, it's nice knowing you have help finding what fits for you so you can get back to solving all of life's bigger cases. Go to statefarm.com or use the award-winning app to connect with a local agent and get a quote. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
There were things I really liked about the movie.
Yeah, no, there was some cool things overall, though.
Yeah. Like when Ted calls Liz at her office at one point, you can see that photo of Liz and Ted that's kind of infamous at this point. Mm-hmm. And when they zoom in on it, they recreated, it was that picture of the two of them sitting by the fire that everybody has seen of Liz and Ted. and they recreated it with Zac Efron and Lily Collins.
It was great.
Looked so perfect.
Yeah, it was
like,
spot on.
And it was like sitting on her desk, and when I saw it, I was like, oh, I know that photo. Like, that's the photo everybody knows, so I liked that.
On.
And it was like sitting on her desk, and when I saw it, I was like, oh, I know that photo. Like, that's the photo everybody knows, so I liked that. And like I said, when he grew the beard, he looked so much like Bundy that, like,
it was uncanny.
It like shocked me. I didn't know what to say. The part when Bundy when he escaped by jumping out of the window of the library, because that was true. That was all true.
Yeah.
And they did that perfectly.
They did both escapes great.
I mean, they even dressed him perfectly for that. It's like that.
The what's it called? Cardigan was perfect.
It was.
Like, I was like, did you borrow that from the actual Ted Bundy?
Is this film footage from it? And I was dying because they made the deputy who like allowed that to happen look like such a dingus.
And he had
because
to have
honestly, that dude was a fucking dingus. Like, he deserved that kind of portrayal. Because it's still to this day, I'm like, how did you let that happen?
Yeah,
dude?
I don't know. Well, also, why was there only like one person watching him?
Well, it's like, because you would think that this person could watch him.
Yeah.
And it's like, what?
It's very interesting how much Ted Bundy was able to get away with. He was very lucky.
Because he charmed and it wasn't luck.
Yeah, he was charming.
He charmed, and he was maniacal, and he was good at being bad.
I'm bad to the bone.
Unfortunately. So that first escape out of the law library, I thought was perfectly done.
I loved
it. The second escape, when he escapes out of prison, that bothered me because
when he goes through the tunnel in the ceiling,
because all of it was perfect. I thought it was great, except that they didn't address the huge weight loss that was the hugest part of that whole thing.
I thought that when I was watching it, and I got really aggravated.
He lost like 35 pounds.
Yeah, something like that. Something like crazy.
Because he had to fit through that hole that he made. And the way he did it was he went on a hunger strike. Mm-hmm. So, and it's like, why didn't you have him go? Like, why didn't you show him go on the hunger strike? In fact, they showed him eating.
Because that was and that was like a big part of his escape.
Yeah.
It wasn't just something that like you could get. I feel like it just wasn't something you could get away with not putting in the film.
Exactly. Like, because.
His two escapes are really a big part of his.
Yeah.
I don't want to, not legacy, but
his like
infamy.
Exactly.
Yeah, his infamy.
And then and like the losing like 35 pounds or whatever it was that it was a lot of weight. In
a short amount of time too.
Yeah, and when they caught him again, he looked so gaunt and like sickly. But then they show Zac Efron all buff and like
right.
I was like, okay, I mean that's nitpicking.
And I mean I do get it because obviously Zac Efron couldn't like do that. Well, he could have. Yeah, they do.
But I think they only filmed this in like, I think it was like 20 days or something crazy.
Really?
Yeah, they filmed it in a short period of time.
Wow.
So I guess he couldn't just drop all that weight.
Right.
And so in the part where they get his dental impressions.
Did that aggravate you?
Slightly.
Okay.
But again, and I will fully admit I might be nitpicking little things that other people aren't going to be.
Well, it's because you're like
annoyed
a fan
by
of the case.
But it's like this just annoyed me because I was like, I don't know this. So because some of these things that I'm nitpicking, I'm like they just could have been like tweaked and it would have been fine. It's not a big deal. So they did ambush Ted to get his bite impressions.
Oh, they did in real life.
But it's because when they first requested them, he said no. Mm-hmm. So they requested them from him, and he was like, nah. So then they got a search warrant. And they came by surprise to get them because they were worried that he was going to grind his teeth down before they could get
Which he totally would have done.
Yeah. So that scene was pretty accurate, except the way that Zac reacted to it. Because Zac played it like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are they doing? What is happening right now? Like, he had, like, no idea that this was even on the table that they needed.
Right,
and it's like, but Ted totally knew because he refused it already, and he knew that they had gotten a search warrant. He just didn't know when they were going to come. Mm-hmm. So I think I was, like, I'm sure he was super pissed when they ambushed him for it, but, like, he wasn't shocked.
Yeah, it was the wrong reaction.
It was just the wrong reaction, and again, that's a nitpick. I will give that, nitpicky. Like, hello, my name is Alaina, I'm nitpicking.
No, I could see where that would aggravate you.
It's so slight.
It's a small thing, but it could have...
And I feel like it's really slight, but it also kind of made it seem like he was even more innocent to somebody who doesn't know this thing.
Yep.
Because it made him seem like, what? Why would you need my bite impressions? What? But in reality, he knew he bit one of the women, so
Right.
he wasn't shocked that they needed his bite impression.
He was like, oh shit, I can't give them
But
this.
in the movie, it looks like he didn't know that was evidence because
Right.
he didn't do it. So why would he need that?
Yep.
And that's
a
what
really
bothered
good
me.
point. That's
Yeah.
a really good point.
That's why it bothered me. And of course, like the film spent a ton of time on him representing himself in court, which they did a really good job with. I thought.
I have to say, they did a really great. This is just me being an idiot, but they did a really great job with all his outfits.
No, they
from
did.
court. Like even like throughout the whole movie,
yeah.
they did a great job with the outfits.
No, the wardrobe was spot.
like that costume designer deserves an award.
They really did like that. It was spot on.
Perfect.
Spot on. Like his stupid bow ties and shit.
And even like the brown fucking sweater.
Yeah.
Like I was like that.
You're
That's
like, yeah,
the sweater, the
that's
cardigan,
it. The cardigan.
everything. I was like, yes.
That blew my mind. And they did a really good job with like having him be the way he was. Like Zac Efron did an amazing job, being,
And
like-
especially with like all the girls in the courtroom and
yeah, and like playing to them and playing to the audience
and like
playing
the
to
weird
judge.
like thing that him and the judge had.
yeah,
Like,
which was so real.
yeah.
In real life, they had that, which
Yeah.
is really concerning.
Yeah. When he was like, "You're a really bright man,"
Yeah.
and like I was like, "Oh,"
Which is, and it's like if you watched that and didn't know the case, you'd be like, he didn't say that, but
well,
he did.
I kind of question it, and I had to look
did.
at like an actual video
Yeah.
from it, and I was like,
He actually said all that. He told
was
him
like-
he would have been a great lawyer,
"Yeah,"
and he said he would have loved to.
but
have
then he
had
was
him
like,
work
"You're a
with
waste of
him."
humanity,"
And then he's like, "You're gross, ew."
and shockingly wickedly ew.
And again, they did an amazing time with that, but they didn't portray, like, they kind of put him as the picture perfect together guy who could charm the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
But for a lot of it, like, sure, he was great and together, and he really did act like a lawyer.
Yep.
But there was also insane moments of him acting totally bananas in court.
Right.
That none of that was shown. Mm-hmm. Like, he turned it into a circus at times.
Right. Well, and it was
And they
like,
didn't really show that.
no.
Like, there were times when you were like, you're bonkers. Like
The
what
whole
is
time they
happening?
were in court in the movie, I was kind of bored, to be honest.
Yeah, because it was just him, like, vamping to everybody.
Yeah.
Which he did. Again, that was accurate.
But there was also like parts where he like
just
freaked out.
Yeah, just show him being a little bananas sometimes where you're like, okay, that's not charming. You're just weird
You're just
now.
being a
like,
psycho.
because there were times where you were like, huh?
Reel it back in.
Yeah, like that picture of him looking at the bite impressions is one of the best pictures ever.
So
Because he's like
creepy.
examining it.
So creepy.
Now, at the end of the movie, which I know Ash has really intense feelings about.
I have super intense feelings about the ending. By the time it was over, like if I hadn't have been pissed like the whole entire movie, by the time I got to the end, I was like, nope, I'm done. Like I'm finished here.
I am done. And of course, we're talking about the whole what happened to her head.
First of all, she didn't visit him when he was on death row.
And certainly not 10 years later. When,
I was like, that didn't happen. Like, don't make it seem that like
Yeah.
it happened like that. When he was about to die, like a week or so
yeah,
before.
no, that didn't
And
happen.
she was like, they're gonna fry you, Ted.
yeah, and it's like, no,
Like, she knew at that point what he had done.
She was happily married. I personally, when she asked what happened to her head, and he like takes the beat, and she says like, "Free me, you need to release me."
Yeah.
And he breathes on the glass and like slowly wrote hacksaw. I was like, that's awesome. I loved the cinematic take that they took on that for sure.
I hated it.
It was impactful when he wrote it on the glass. It really was. Because you were like, huh. Like, you were just like, holy shit.
I didn't even feel like that though, because
Well-
I was like, this didn't happen.
Well, but in reality is that didn't happen.
Like,
So-
I was pissed that they made that a thing.
And again, I liked it. I'm okay with some artistic liberties being taken.
I think I would have been if the whole thing like wasn't
Oh,
how it was.
That's the thing. If so many hadn't been taken and things skipped over, I think I would have enjoyed that more.
Mm-hmm.
And I also saw that and I was like, oh man, this would have been a great scene in some thriller, horror movie, slasher flick.
When you say that, I agree, but I definitely did not
Yeah.
feel like that. For me, it was literally the cherry on top of like,
You
wow,
were
I
just
fucking
like,
hated this.
I'm angry. Yeah, see, when I looked at it, I was like, this is a great scene. I will hand this to this director. I loved it. It gave me chills, but it would have been so much better in a film that wasn't based in reality.
Right.
Like if you put it in some like fictional thriller, I would have been like, holy shit, that was a great scene.
Yeah.
Because it was so quiet. And
It was very like Silence of the Lambs.
yeah, it was. And again, that would have been perfect place for it.
Right. It would have been good in a movie like that.
But it's like, And Ted was said, this is the thing, it's like they used it that way instead of the way it actually happened, where he didn't tell Liz about the head. He told investigators about the head.
Right.
He told one of the investigators that he disposed of one of the victim's heads in Liz's fireplace.
Jesus Christ.
He claimed he burned it. So he said, quote, "Of all the things I did to Liz, this is probably the one she is least likely to forgive me for. Poor Liz."
Shit.
That's what he told the detective.
That would have been a fucking awesome ending
Right?
if that's how they ended
If
it.
he just sat there and was like,
Poor Liz. If
And
they
that was
ended
it.
the movie and
Right?
I'm pissed right now.
Right?
That would have been so much better.
Because then it also would have ended on Liz.
About Liz, right.
It would have been like, poor Liz.
Like wrap up the movie, poor Liz.
And then it just leaves, because that would have not only left you on Liz, but it also would have left you with,
Ted
oh
Bundy's
my
a
God,
fucking
he's
monster.
a monster.
Yeah.
Like that would have been like the shebang, like right there.
Yep.
And yeah, and so basically my like biggest thing with this is it just didn't focus enough on his psyche.
Right. Not at all.
It stayed more
It didn't
with
show him as like a two-faced, multiple personalitied guy.
Exactly. It just focused on making him look innocent and railroaded.
Yeah.
Which I know the director is saying that was kind of his intent, to kind of shock you at the end.
He did a great job with his intent. I just didn't like his intent.
Because it's throughout the film, I was wavering between being like really frustrated and really impressed by the fact that I could not reconcile this person with a vicious killer.
Right.
Like there were times where I was like, this is annoying me because we're
I
not
know what
showing
he
him
was.
how he is. But then there were times where I was like, wow, Zac Efron's doing a great job at making me
Yeah,
root for
I
him.
thought the actors were great.
So because again, exactly, Zach was great. Lily was great. Mm-hmm. The girl who played Carol Ann Boone was great. The John Malkovich playing the judge was great. Her friend Joanne there was great. I mean, I really didn't see a bad actor.
Oh my
in
God,
this
not
movie.
because of the acting, but I fucking hated Carol Ann Boone in that movie. I was like, you're so annoying and pathetic.
That's her in real life, though.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And she was great. And she looked just.
Oh
like
my
her.
God, it was like scary.
It really was. I was like, holy shit. But in the whole movie, at no point are you like, oh yeah, he's a necrophile. I forgot about that.
Yeah, they never once mentioned that.
And you just can't even like reconcile that with the character that they give
No,
you.
I would have been like, that's not true. Zac Efron does not do that.
Which, like, I'm saying I'm annoyed by it, but I will also give it its like the due here that like, yeah, they didn't. Because nobody walking past Zac Efron, nobody walking past Ted Bundy on the street would be like, that guy's probably a necrophile.
Yeah, I don't think that very often when I walk past
No.
people on the street.
So I can't get too mad at that part because I'm like, all right, you did do your job. I didn't
But
ever
also,
remember that.
you named the fucking movie shockingly
Yeah.
evil, wicked, vile, nasty, ew, gross, and you didn't once mention that he was a necrophile.
Exactly.
That could have helped along with your title.
I just think it was a missed opportunity.
Totally.
Just to put it at the end.
Yeah.
To really make
Put
the audience
something
go
there.
like, holy shit.
And he did that.
the whole time. And then I saw somebody comment on our Instagram, and I'm sorry I didn't write down exactly who it was, but you'll know who you are. They wrote down that they just thought of the fact that the whole time he was with Liz, he was also having sex with dead corpses, and that Liz has to know that now. And I was like, oh my God. I
never thought
about
before.
that. Isn't that bonkers? Whoever said that, you blew my mind. I have been following and researching this case for like decades, and I never once put those two things together. That Liz now knows that throughout their relationship, like, Ash is just like mouth open blinking right now.
I can't.
Isn't that crazy? This is why I love our listeners,
Oh,
man.
I need to take a shower now. I gotta go.
This is why I love our listeners, because you guys bring
Wow.
me into these headspaces that are like, I didn't even think of it that
I
way
would
before.
never feel clean again.
Never,
Never. I would burn my body off.
never think of it again. It's, yeah, And that's going to stick with you now,
I'm
everybody.
ruined.
Yeah.
Thank you, person who said that. I'm ruined.
Like,
Ruined.
gives me the heaps
I'm
just
ruined.
thinking about it.
Wow. Can we talk about the fact that they not once mentioned Anne Rule? I know it's not a biggie, but I'm like a little pissed about it.
No, I am too.
It is kind of a biggie.
Like, they should have put that, even just give me like a little scene.
Just a little.
Just a little scene of him working at like the hotline and like show her something
That
like
was
that.
a big part, and it
was.
also would have been like, wow, he worked at a hotline. Like, what a great human.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, what a great Hume.
I don't know.
And-
I was just pissed that they didn't mention Anne Rule.
Yeah, because I mean, Liz only really mentions her in passing in her memoir, so I guess they were
That's
going straight
probably
off
why.
of that.
Well,
But,
they
like-
weren't though.
Exactly, but it's like you took artistic liberties elsewhere. You might as
Right.
well put Anne Rule in there.
She would have been a great character. I feel.
Everybody loves Stranger Beside Me.
Everybody loves Anne Rule.
Bring Anne Rule
Anne Rule
in
is
there.
that bitch.
She is that bitch.
Dabish.
And that bitch.
Put that on a shirt. Anne Rule is dabish.
Anne Rule is that bitch. That would be a great show.
I'd
shirt.
wear it.
We're coming up with a lot of shirt ideas. We got to make these.
Murder apparel. Hey,
Hey,
you listening?
I did also love after that fateful scene, the hacksaw scene, when Liz walks into the hallway and just kind of collapses at the end.
I think I was so checked out at that point that I just was like maybe scrolling through Instagram.
Well, and this is also, and she collapses in the after talking to Tiz, after
Tiz
talking
bundles.
after talking to Ted and hearing that, you know, he sawed off a girl's head with a hacksaw. She
Hashtag
walks
hacksaw.
she walks into the hallway and she just kind of like collapses, and then they do this like quick little like montage where she's just like flashing through all the moments between them. And she was flashing through like times where he was around her daughter.
Yeah.
And they showed that one part where, which by the way, the beginning of the movie where she like brings him home, just meeting him to where her 2-year-old daughter is sleeping.
Woof.
And that actually happened, which I was like, whoa, Liz.
Yikesies.
I mean, okay. But
Live your best life, girl.
but I was like, wow, that was a lot.
Great choice.
And when she wakes up in the morning and the crib is empty,
My stomach dropped.
and they show like, and it's like I even knew what happened.
Right,
Like,
I was
knew
gonna
she was
say.
okay, and I
Yeah.
was still like, oh god,
Yeah.
like it made me sick. And she was going through all the times like him dancing with her daughter and just like taking care of her daughter.
Yeah.
And it was probably totally like the mom in me, but I was like, it made me like sick to my stomach.
Yeah, I
like
could
I felt
definitely see
it
that.
with her. I was like physically sick because if I ever had to think about that with my own children,
No.
I would be a goddamn mess.
Literally.
So watching that, I was like, wow, that was really impactful. The way they did that, because you were just like, oh, because then you think about Liz. That does, I will give it to them that is a good way to end it too, because you did sit there and immediately go, holy shit, Liz has all of these in her
Memories.
brain forever.
like burned into her.
Yeah, and she's probably
like, brain.
constantly just thinking about that.
When she probably has like constant flashbacks even still.
Constantly second guessing herself, and so I did like that. So I think
Rotten Tomatoes, the score.
end results.
47%.
Wow, that's pretty good. I would, yeah. You know what? I'll give it.
Maybe 30. 32%. I like 32 better.
Oh, I was gonna give it a little more. I was gonna give it like a.
Well, you liked the hacksaw part. I didn't.
I'm gonna give it like a 52%.
Oh. You know what? What's the average of... Somebody write in and tell me what the average of 47 and 32 is, and I'm going to give it that percentage, okay?
Well, I'm giving it the 52 because the acting was amazing, the casting was amazing, the wardrobe was amazing. They did get a lot of stuff right, and when they focused on the real stuff, they were really good. And some of the artistic license I was okay with, like the dog
I think
growling
that's
at
the only
him.
one I was okay with.
And I can't even say I'm okay with the hacksaw thing. I liked it. I wasn't okay with it.
I'm so against it.
Mainly because it's just like he didn't admit that to Liz.
Vote
so
no
it
on
just bothered
hacksaw
me.
question.
But I want to see what everybody else thinks of that. I'm conflicted on the hacksaw thing. But and you know, I have a lot of nitpicky things, and I'll admit that. And then really the only things that I'm like really down on were, you know, inaccuracies and things
Right.
left out. And the general way that they portrayed him in the film, I guess, which is kind of a big deal, but I think Zach kind of made up for it with his acting skills.
I think the acting was great. I just think the whole screenplay, it just sucked.
Yeah, so in the end, not my favorite.
10 out of 10 would not watch
Yeah,
again.
not my favorite. I would not recommend it to people.
I wouldn't either.
Especially, and I think that's really telling, is if anybody asked me what to watch for a Ted Bundy, like, case, I would definitely not recommend this as true crime, like, research or
it's
true crime.
just so inaccurate.
It's not an accurate representation of it, so I would never recommend it to somebody who wanted to find out about the case.
I'm really mad that we didn't direct this. I think we should direct our own Ted Bundy movie.
Honestly, I think we would kill it. No pun intended.
Next project, 2020.
Done.
You like this podcast? Tune into our movie. Thank you and good night.
About Ted Bundy, where we will do it better.
I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of us railroading this.
Yeah, we've enjoyed watching. We wanted to let everybody like catch up and watch it too before we did this, so that everybody could kind of be along with us. But it's been interesting to read everybody else's takes on this, and a lot of people. I mean, because again, we're not saying it's like 100% the worst movie and that it's all bad.
I'm super open to hearing other people's opinions because, like, even you and I had like a couple different opinions.
We
like,
did. Yeah.
I think it's cool that you enjoyed the last part.
Yeah.
And I see I see your side.
Exactly. And I see why you
enjoying
didn't like it.
Right.
Because I'm so conflicted on it that I can totally see both of those sides. So I think this has been an interesting ride.
Yeah.
And just a quick note before we thank our Patronuses for the episode. We have been so in love with the Facebook group. So I just wanted to quickly, because everybody's amazing on it. Like, I'm obsessed with everybody, and we keep popping in there just to look, and it's making us so happy.
Sometimes if I'm having a bad day, I'm just going to look at all the things.
Literally. Like, if I'm in a bad mood, I'm like, I'm going to go in there because it makes me happy.
It's a safe space.
It is a safe space. And I just want to shout out Jen Ann really quick. I popped in there and I was like, wow, you're like taking charge, and I appreciate
she's so appreciative.
that. And she wrote the most amazing appreciation post where she just said that she appreciated the content, that like how much content we were giving and everything, and then all of you just like wrote these wonderfully amazing comments in response.
It really, yeah.
And can we just tell you that you will never know how much we needed that.
It made that post that Jen Ann created, and then all our supporters commented on it, like negated every bad review I've ever read.
It really did, because the more people who start listening, the more negative reviews pop in that are not constructive feedback. They're all just like, they're annoying, they're dumb, they're bitches.
And I'm not a dumb, annoying
And
bitch.
after a while, it can get a little tough to hear that you're just suck at everything you do and you're annoying and people just hate your voice
Everything
and that
about
you
you.
exist. So I've stopped looking at iTunes reviews because that is the place that's the scariest. And then something like that happens and it's like, that's why we're doing it. You know what I mean? Like, it just makes you be like, you know what? It really is. So Jen Ann and everybody in the Facebook group, we just want to thank you because you are our safe space.
I love you. I love you all.
Exactly. And all the people on Instagram too, and even Twitter has been a happy place for us, which I'm scared to say because I feel like that might change.
I know.
But all the people who just like try to give us little like nudges and be like, I love your banter, or don't change for these assholes. Mm-hmm. We read everything and we seriously appreciate it. So we just want to let you guys know that because you're pretty awesome.
I love you.
We're very lucky.
I love you so much.
And so I think that's where are you looking at iTunes reviews?
Maybe.
Right now?
The first one I pulled up said disappointed.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't go into that black hole. But I think it's time now that we've thanked everybody that we thank our patronuses.
All right, I'm going to thank as many as I can possibly say.
Let's do it.
Okay. So first Patreon this week is Joshua Morgan.
Joshua Morgan, thank you so much. You have the last name of Dexter Morgan, and I love that show.
Great. Thank you, Joshua.
Thank you.
Next is Marie France.
Marie France. Look at you with your pants.
I feel like you're Marie Claire 2.0.
There you go.
I love you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Amanda K. Hoffner.
Amanda K. Hoffner, get out of here because you were just so amazing.
You're the best.
Thank you.
Our next Patreon is Rhiannon Mystique.
Oh my God.
I'm going to name every person I know that from now on.
Just
From this day
everyone.
forward, everyone I know is Rhiannon Mystique.
Rhiannon also is such a pretty name.
Rhiannon. No, I'm just kidding. I do that every time.
I love that name, though.
I love
Every
it.
time I hear it, I'm like, oh, love that
I
name.
love you, and I love Stevie, and I love all the Patreons.
Thank you so much, Rhiannon.
Thank you. Thank you to Barbara Gonzalez.
Barbara Gonzalez. We love you, Babs.
That makes me think of Stranger Things, and I don't even watch that.
Yeah, Barbara. She was one of the
R.I.P..
best parts of it, so.
Yeah, and I
Barbara,
know you're dead.
You're
But
great.
this Barbara's alive.
She's alive.
She's a great Barb.
She's alive and she's supporting.
She is well. Thank,
Thank
you,
you,
Barbara. Next is Michaela Watson.
Michaela Watson. You are the Watson to my Holmes.
Yes.
And
Awesome.
and I love you.
I was just going to say, Michaela, what? Son. That's all I was going to say.
I like that one.
Thank you, Michaela. Next is Kate Janicki.
Kate Janicki. That's just a cool name.
Yeah,
I don't even know what to say about
You're
that.
fucking cool, Kate.
Kate, thank you.
Thank you, Kate. Next is Laura Dion.
Laura Dion.
Or Dione. I think it's Laura D.
Laura D.
You the best.
Laura D.
I give you an A.
I was just going to say that.
Oh, but I said it fast.
A+ for you, Laura.
Yes, girl.
Thank you.
Thank you. And then we have Wendy Mueller or Muller.
Wendy Muller or Mueller. I'm going to say Muller because it looks like Muller.
It does, and that's a cool name. I think that's one of our family names.
It is one of our family names.
That's cool.
We got some Mullers in there.
Thank
so you
you,
know
Wendy.
what? Good job, Wendy.
Next is Zanette Sexton.
Ooh,
Zanette.
thank you, Zanette. Thanks for bringing your cool name to us.
I just want to say that over and over again. Thank
Zanette.
you, thank you, Zanette.
Thank you.
And then we have Shannon Madonna.
Thank you, Shannon.
Shannon Madonna, are you voguing right now?
Shannon, you are smart and pretty,
Smart, sassy, sustainable.
very, very sustainable.
Yeah. Studious, successful. What else can I say about you, Shan?
Good job, Shannon.
Thank you. is
Thank
what
you
I'll
so
say.
much, Shannon.
Oh, and then we have Jess O'Kelly.
Ooh, Jess O'Kelly.
Jess O'Kelly.
Kelly.
Are you Irish?
I bet you are.
I bet all my dollars. There's not many of them, but I bet them.
But thank you, Jess.
Thank you, Jess. Then we have Heather Whitney.
Heather Whitney. You are as great as Brittany.
Oh, that's a good compliment.
Oops, I did it again.
Oops, Heather.
Oops, Heather, you did it.
And then thank you, Victoria Beresford.
Victoria Beresford.
I like the name Victoria.
I was literally just gonna say Victoria is such like a strong, like
yeah,
just bad bitch name.
yeah, bad
Yeah,
bitch.
it
Bad
really
bitch.
is.
I love
So
it.
thank you, Victoria.
Thank you. Then we have Raven Men's House.
Ooh, Raven Men's House. That's a cool name.
That is a
I've-
really
you
cool name.
You belong.
100%.
Yeah. Hey, Raven.
Raven. Raven's
Hey,
a dope name.
Raven. I also
So Raven.
funny story. I have ravens who live outside my house, and I named them Ted and Eileen.
How fitting.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Look
Raven.
at that. You brought it full circle.
Next is Catherine O'Donnell.
Catherine O'Donnell, another O.
Are you Irish?
Bet you are.
All the O's are Irish.
You're Irish or you married into an Irish family.
True. She also spells it R-Y-N, and I like that way a
Ooh,
lot.
I like that, yeah.
And then we have Joan Cataldo.
Joan Cataldo.
I had a crush on somebody with the last name Cataldo at one point in my life.
Did you?
I did.
Look at that.
But-
She has a crush on you, too.
I have a crush on you, Joan.
Love you, Joan.
Thanks, Joan.
Thanks, Joan.
All right, guys, last one for this week. Thank you so much for listening if you've listened this far. Sarah Hafer, we wanted to end on you because you're awesome.
It's true.
I love
You
you.
are.
I love you.
You are safer
I love you.
than anything we've ever seen.
Sarah Hafer is safer, and she likes vanilla wafers.
She does. I know it. Thank you, Sarah.
Thanks, girl.
Thank you to all our Patronuses. And if you didn't hear your name yet, trust me, it's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming.
And in the meantime, you can follow us on Instagram at
Morbid Podcast.
Find us on Twitter.
A Morbid Podcast.
Join the Facebook group.
Morbid : a true crime podcast.
Donate to the Patreon.
Patreon.com/morbid podcast.
Send us a Gmail.
Morbidpodcast@gmail.com.
And go check out the website that my lovely co-host so awesomely designed at.
That is me, morbidpodcast.com, minus the that is me.
We hope you keep listening.
And we hope you
Keep
it
weird. But not so weird that you're Ted Bundy. Bye.
Bye.